Mehrunes Dagon. Mehrunes Dagon is the Daedric Prince of Destruction, Change, Revolution, Energy, and Ambition. He is associated with natural dangers like fire, earthquakes, and floods. He is an especially important deity in Morrowind, where he represents its near inhospitable terrain as one of the four corners of the House of Troubles. In most cultures though, Dagon is merely a god of bloodshed and betrayal. Dagon's plane of oblivion is known as the Deadlands. As the name suggests, they are barren wastelands consisting of blackened isles in a sea of lava. The Dremora, Clanfear, and Scamps are among his servants. His Daedric artefact is the Mehrunes Razor. Mehrunes Razor. The Dark Brotherhood has coveted this ebony dagger for generations. This mythical artefact is capable of slaying any creature instantly. History does not record any bearers of Mehrunes Razor. However, the Dark Brotherhood was once decimated by a vicious internal power struggle. It is suspected that the Razor was involved. Hello there, me old mucker. Marc from GamebustersUK with part 1 of my The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Daedric quest walkthrough, The Pieces of the Past. Now you may ask yourself, why do more Skyrim content? And why a Daedric quest walkthrough? Those are good questions. All will be revealed. Mainly because the Dragon Priest hunting series is all done and dusted on my end. It's all been recorded, and the last 2 parts just have to be uploaded, and then that's done. And I will not be doing a full Let's Play, a full walkthrough of Skyrim, because the game is just too massive. It would be easily 100 plus parts, and with Dragon Age Origins on the back burner, and soon to be, my main. I'm going to be dedicating a lot more recording time to Dragon Age Origins. I just cannot have 2 massive projects like that going on at the same time. So I thought I would treat you to a quick quest walkthrough, Daedric quest, Pieces of the Past. Why this quest? Because it's a Daedric quest, and it's my favourite Daedric quest, concerning one of my favourite Daedric princes, Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Prince of Destruction. And if I've edited this right, you will have got a nice introduction to not only Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Prince of Destruction, but also the Mehrunes Razor, which is the artifact that we are going to be questing after. So, once you reach level 20, a courier will approach you in whatever town or city you're in, and he will give you this museum pamphlet. Open it up. Silus reading. You win reading. Silas Vesuvius presents The Museum of the Mythic Dawn, a history of the cult that toppled the Septim dynasty. Inside of his very own home, in the great capital of the Pale Dawnstar, free and open to all citizens of Skyrim. Now, for any people in the audience that played through The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, the Mythic Dawn will ring a bell. You'll know who those guys were. 200 years ago, they were basically a cult dedicated to Mehrunes Dagon, who opened Oblivion gates all over the realm and actually summoned Mehrunes Dagon into the waking world. Luckily, he was thwarted all those years ago, though. This is part of the reason why I love this quest. It's a little bit nostalgic, and Mehrunes Razor is my favourite Daedric artifact, and Mehrunes Dagon is one of my favourite Daedric princes. I have to say, more like Baal is my favourite Daedric prince, but Mehrunes Dagon is a close second. So anyway, I'm already in Dawnstar, because I anticipated this. I just didn't want to fast travel and go through a loading screen. But anyway, when you reach Dawnstar, you want to head over to this house, with all these lovely tapestries of a rising sun or a dawn. And this is the Mythic Dawn Museum, and you will meet this dude, this Dark Elf.
And here comes my first visitor. The Museum of the Mythic Dawn is open, friend.
A courier gave me this invitation.
And here you are. Good. Come in, browse the display, and let's talk. I have a job you look perfect for.
Sounds good.
Let's talk inside.
Okay. Sounds a bit dodgy, but I have a dagger, so I'm cool if he tries anything funny, like trying to molest me. Can happen. I used to be an adventurer like you, till I got molested. Yeah. So here we are.
Feel free to look around. Come talk to me when you're ready to discuss that job.
This little museum of the Mythic Dawn is just full of nostalgia from the previous game.
The tapestries hung here and outside were found in hideouts, where members of the Mythic Dawn would meet and plot. The cult's greatest accomplishment, those robes were worn during the Mythic Dawn's secret meetings, where they plotted to bring the Daedra Mehrunes Dagon into Tamriel. Each bolt of yarn used to make the robe was colored with a dye, made from sacrificial blood.
Nice.
That burned paper is all that remains of the fabled Mysterium Xarxes, the blasphemous book written by Mehrunes Dagon himself. It's said that Mankar Cameron used the book to open a portal to a paradise, where all his followers would live forever.
That is so nostalgic. The last remaining page of the Mysterium Xarxes. Oh, I remember stealing that book from the Mythic Dawn in Oblivion. Fun times. Okay, what's next?
The commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes were written by the Mythic Dawn cult leader, Mankar Cameron. He promised a paradise awaited his followers when they died, that they would be reborn by Mehrunes Dagon's side.
The commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes. I remember having to hunt these books down in Oblivion. These are the only copies of those books left, I assume, in the world. This dude has them. You can break the lock on all these things and try and take the stuff. You cannot take the Mysterium Xarxes page. This is the most interesting item.
Ah, yes. That scabbard. Notice the insignia? An Oblivion Gate. A key symbol of Mehrunes Dagon, the patron Daedra of the Mythic Dawn.
Okay, that's the tour over. The other side is just his house, living quarters. Let's go and talk to him about this job he proposed.
Did you have any questions about the museum? Or would you rather...
If you haven't
talk
played
business?
Oblivion, you can get some backstory on the Mythic Dawn cult, but let's not do that. Let's talk about the job you want me done. Let's talk about this job you want me... Can I even read today? Apparently not. Alright, let's talk about this job you want done.
A little history first. After the Oblivion Crisis, a number of groups cropped up dedicated to wiping out the remnants of the Mythic Dawn. One of these groups found Mehrunes Razor, the artefact of Dagon. They split it into 3 fragments and pledged to keep them apart forever. That was almost 150 years ago, and the pieces are still being kept by the descendants of that group, and they're right here, in Skyrim.
You want me to get those fragments?
At least 2 of the owners, Gunzel and Draskua, are dangerous marauders, and the 3rd owner, Jorgen, I only know he lives in Morthal. Here are my notes about them. I'll gladly pay you for getting the pieces any way you can. No questions asked.
Alright.
Good luck finding the fragments.
So, apparently Mehrunes Razor was found by a group of do-gooders, a group of goody two-shoes, who split it into 3 parts, and they called themselves the Keepers of the Razor. Alright, so Jorgen of Morthal, 8th generation of Clan Axebearer, to bear the hilt of Mehrunes Razor. Son of Halnir, son of Hroy, son of Koli, son of Malti, son of Lergrild, son of Nedir, son of Lyn. God, I feel like I'm reading the Bible. All those son of so-and-so. Anyway, Gunzel, leader of the Cracked Tusk Bandits. An 8th to bear the blade shards of Mehrunes Razor. Son of Shilak, son of Mog, son of Gruul, son of Durgol, son of Uzgax, son of Rumalog, son of Ufmash, son of Abraham, son of Isaac. Nah, not really. Alright, Draskua, leader of the Forsworn. Oh, Forsworn! Leader of the Forsworn of Dead Crone Rock, and eighth to bear the pommel of Mehrunes Razor. Daughter of Carian, daughter of Edana, daughter of Malvina, daughter of Muriel, daughter of Rian, daughter of Kale, daughter of Sorcha. Okay. Historical background of all the groups that pledged to eradicate the Mythic Dawn from Tamriel. None were as inadvertently successful as the Keepers of the Razor. Originally a militia group founded to destroy the remnants of the Mythic Dawn, the group was renamed the after. Ooh, Bethesda, you should have proofread. The group was renamed the after discovering the legendary artefact of Mehrunes Dagon that became their namesake. How they found the Razor is a secret that I have been unable to uncover, but it is clear that they were not part of Thrafen Drophan's failed expedition to Varsa Barlin. Okay, Varsa Barlin is DLC for Oblivion, where you can find Mehrunes Dagon, which I may do a walkthrough of in the near future or distant future. Anyway, and in fact, the group does not first appear in Imperial records until 50 years later. The Razor was divided among the 3 highest-ranking members of the Order's inner circle, to be passed down from oldest child to oldest child until the twin moons themselves disappeared from the skies. Forever, basically. Although this pledge seems to have been loosely interpreted, as the moons did vanish from the heavens during the void nights of 4E98, 4E100, yet the Razor's pieces were still being bequeathed through the generations during and after this time. Tracing the lineages of the inner circle proved especially difficult thanks to the group's unusual membership. While the leader of the Keepers of the Razor was a Nord and thankfully was easily researched through the clan's family histories, the other 2 members were an Orc and a native daughter of the Reach, whose culture's paucity of respectful literacy made tracking them down less straightforward. Fortunately, Othmashgro Gulaz and his sons are well recorded for their service in the Imperial Legion, yet the daughters of Sorcha proved nearly impossible to find until I uncovered Markarth's meticulously thorough tax records, which recorded each birth of Sorcha's kin in order to administer certain petty fees. Sorcha's current descendant, Draskua, fled to Dead Crone Rock after the Markarth incident and is considered by the Jarl to be a major threat to the safety of the hold. Okay. Now, I may put an annotation so that you may skip that reading, but some people who, who haven't got the game but, watch videos of the gameplay anyway, because, it isn't that odd. A lot of people do that. You may have wanted to, know what's up, because lore does play a big part in Elder Scrolls games. It does help if you know what the hell you're going after, and what the hell everything is. Otherwise you can get very lost. I'm going to go to Morphal first, because that's the only one we can resolve without violence. Now you may be thinking, oh, so we're not going to get to see you kill anything this part. That's true. I apologize. There will be more killing in the next part. But for now, we're just going to persuade the guy in Morphal to give up the hilt, I believe he has. And the pommel and the shards are kept by not so becoming peoples. So this is Morphal. Morphal was one of the less impressive holds. It doesn't even have any city walls. It's just basically a big village.
What's the Jarl going to do?
Sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt this little group therapy session.
How are we supposed to feel safe in our own
Unless
homes?
it's about the mill. I don't have time to talk. Too much
Alright,
to
bud.
do.
Alright, me old mucker. I'm looking for pieces of Mehrunes Razor.
Don't know what you're talking about, stranger.
Really? So, oh, great. Dragon. These things are the biggest piss takers. How dare you interrupt me in the middle of my quest?
Come on, fight back.
Ah, he's killing the villagers. get there. I know this was bound to happen at least once during the walkthrough. So you do get to see some action. Dragon fight. Frost dragon. Did he actually kill anyone? Doesn't look it. The guy I was speaking to has run off. Oh, how annoying would that be if the dragon killed him? Actually, that would work out pretty well for me, actually. If the dragon killed him. I don't have Dragon Rend either. So I've just neglected the main quest line with this. And, come here, you scumbag. That's right. Run away. Go home to mama. Oh, that's right. Pick on the lumber dudes. Are they gonna do anything? What is that old lady doing? These villagers, crazy. You could have died, ma'am.
If you need any alchemy supplies, I'll do my best.
I don't
to
need any
provide
alchemy
them,
supplies.
assuming I haven't used them all up.
Cheap advertising. Okay, come on, Dragon Soul. I cannot equip my bow. A few arrows. Oh, some gold. Right then, me old mucker. I like how he just casually goes back to tanning, even though the village has just been attacked by a dragon. Anyway.
By the gods, I don't even know what to say. Don't know what you're talking about, stranger.
Alright, really, Silas Vesuvius. I thought it said Vesuvius, as in the mountain from, you know, a destroyed Pompeii, but I digress. Really, Silas Vesuvius says otherwise.
I've heard of him. My father had suspicions about his connection to the mythic Dawn. Guess they were true. I don't need this. My family wasted 8 generations keeping that razor safe from a dead cult. As far as I care, it can stay locked in my house.
You won't miss it then. My persuasion is very good.
You want the hilt that bad? Fine. Here's the keys. It's locked in a chest inside my house. All right then.
See what I mean? This one can be resolved peacefully if you have high intimidation or good persuasion. You can convince him to part with the key, or you could sneak into his house, lockpick his house, and lockpick the chest, which is only an adept lock. And there we go, the hilt of Mehrunes Razor. Just have a look at that. The hilt. So, we've got our first piece, and we'll steal some of his life savings as well. Because we saved him from a dragon, so I figure he owes me one, so yeah. How's that for logic? So, we have one piece of Mehrunes Razor in our possession. Albeit, the easiest piece to acquire. Now things are going to get a little bit ugly as we go after. We shall now go after the leader of the White Tusk Bandits, or whatever they're called. Guznel, the Orc, or Guzna. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to what his name was. I probably should have, because I like to get names right, especially when my fictional fantasy worlds are concerned. But I digress once more, me old mucker. Let's just kill a few people and get the shards of Mehrunes Razor.